Everyone in this world needs to stop, look, and listen and hear everything that's going around.
It feels like a kind of prison, and rather than run away from that, I'd rather unlock these chains.
To me, sound means just one word, expression.
I've got a lot of favorite sounds, but I think my favorite sound is the voice of my mom.
Hill sound.
Sound means everything to me, you know, because like I'm sound.
Sound is important to me because I get to understand things in a deeper way.
It's all about the rhythm, and I guess because I'm a dancer.
I'm not a person that sleeps with silence, I'm a person that sleeps with noise. And I live with noise, and I love it.
But I think it really has like a big impact on like who you are.
This project was titled Hear the Dragons, and the aim was to get young people to explore their urban environments through the medium of sound, using everyday technology that they engage with all the time, like smartphones, but using those devices to connect to place rather than disconnect from place, which is what is happening a lot.
Okay. What we were trying to do was incredibly challenging. You know, this idea of first coordinating in your neighborhood and in your urban environment in a new way, then bringing the element of sound into that and using sound to kind of like localize, translating that into a map, translating that map into some type of like score, musical score, and then actually doing the work of composing that score. I mean, that was one of the things that really excited me about the project.
We're just inundated with sounds all around us. So this project is really special because probably for one of the first times we really challenged the students to sit down and really focus on each individual sounds that affects their emotional being, affect, you know, their friendships, affect their environment every single day that they might not be aware of.
The real beauty of this workshop. It's really just like trying to picture what a world is like just through sonic, you know, medium. And sound is an incredibly powerful thing. It can really open up your imagination. You really hone in on that element. So when we did that and when we played the tracks, from the Nyanga tracks for the students in Brooklyn, that was a really special moment. They were blown away by them. I feel like they became transported into Nyanga, which is beautiful.
I don't classify myself as a race. I classify myself as a human. So when you get to exchange, you get to share like our humanity, because we'll be sharing what we have to go through every day.
There is this perception of how South Africa is, you know, and I think that also we have this perception also of how America is, how Brooklyn is, that has been giving us through television, but we've never really seen it. So I believe that this is an opportunity for us to actually exchange.
The biggest challenge that a young person will always have, it's the lack of self-motivation, because I believe that whatever is happening, you can always make something great out of it. Like there's gangsterism, but you find those people that drive themselves or they encourage themselves to be better, even in their circumstances.
When you're able to hear from somebody who's just like you, even though like they're in a whole other part of the world, that's really important in that it kind of comes to you in a different way, because when you see somebody like you doing or experiencing the same exact things that you're experiencing, it kind of unites you in a way.
My biggest challenge is the fact that we're always perceived as we don't really know that much, or we're too young to know, and that you don't really have that much of a voice. But when in actuality, we actually do have, you know, a lot of voice, because we are, you know, the future of this country, also, you know, the future of this world, and how we think can definitely determine like these next few years and how things actually change.
We make a community. It starts young, so I feel like when people my age get together and come up with a good, like an idea, I feel like we're actually going to change something one day. We're going to make a big difference in the world, instead of us always fighting, like teenagers fighting each other, arguing, trying to kill each other. I feel like when we're actually doing something productive, it makes a brighter day.
I really wanted to go to Africa, I've always wanted to. And so it's like being there without actually being there. So it's like my first step towards getting there. I think I'm lucky.
The exchange is a great way as well for us to build ourselves as musicians. We get to hear what the kids in Brooklyn are up to, like in how they make their own music. And they get an opportunity like to see how we make our own music using live sounds.
Everything they said, I felt it, I felt connected to it. Even though I didn't know them personally, but I felt like the song was telling me who they were personally. As a community, we have to learn about each other, and that's how we process to like unearth and stuff. That's what makes us healthy as people.
I feel like we're like going through the same things, even though like we're in different places. And I'm like, that's crazy. We're like two different parts of like the world, and it just feeling the same thing.
It definitely makes you see the world differently. Just bringing two different sounds from two different places to one place, it's amazing. It makes you definitely feel connected, and I think that's what the world should be about. It needs to be a bridge. It just all needs to be together, and then everything will be a whole lot better.